A jewel is a beautiful stone that is worth a lot of money. To float is to move on top of water. A mineral is a type of substance found in the earth. A mineral is a type of substance found in the earth. Mineral. A mineral. A costume is a set of clothes people wear for a particular occasion. To grant something is to allow someone to have. A miner is a person who works in a mine. Miner. A miner is a person. Gravity is the force that makes things fall to earth. Permission means the act of allowing the doing of something. To participate is to take part in something. A statue is an image of a person or animal. An instant is a very short amount of time. Someone or something's presence is the fact they are there. To pour a liquid means to make. The scale of something is its size, especially when it is very low. If a material is raw, it is natural and has not been processed. If a material is raw, it is. If a material is raw, it is natural and has not been processed. Raw. When something is underground, it is below the surface of the earth. Underground. To skip something is to not do it. A satellite is something that is sent into space to get information. Satellite. A satellite is something that is sent in. An award is a prize someone gets for. A telescope is a tool people use to look at the stars. A breed is a group of animals within a species. An alarm is something that warns people of danger. A journalist is a person who writes news stories. When people or things are apart, they are not. A bucket is a round container to put things in. To arrest someone means to catch them for doing. To stretch is to make your arms or legs reach out. A contest is a game or a race. Contest. A garage is the part of a house where people. To convict someone means to prove that they did a bad thing. A pup is a young dog. A mineral is a type of substance found in the earth. Mineral. A mineral. A miner is a person who works in a mine. A miner is a person who. A miner is a person who works in a mine. If a material is raw. A satellite is something that is sent into space to get information. Satellite. A satellite is something that is sent into space to. If someone or something is capable of something. To qualify is to get, or to be declared. To remark is to say something. A wing is the part of an animal that lets it fly. To repair something is to fix it. To scream means to make a loud noise with your mouth. A path is away from one. To resume something means to start it again after taking. To resort to something is to depend on it in order. A division is the act of making smaller groups. To rob a person or place. If someone ought to do something. To slip means to slide and fall down. When something happens rapidly, it happens very fast. A marathon is a very long foot race, just over 42 kilometers. A A satellite is something that is sent into space to get information. Somewhat means to some degree, but not to a large degree. A guy is an informal. A citizen is someone who lives in a. When something is stable, it will not fall over. Stable. A monster is any imaginary frightening. A fee is an amount of money that a person or company asks for a service. A tissue is a soft piece of paper people use. When someone feels terror, they are scared. Terror. When someone. Chemistry is the study of and reaction to. A yard is the ground just outside of a person. A colleague is somebody you work with. Colleague. If two things or people are alike, they are similar. A tale is a story. To desire is to want something. To annoy someone means to bother them. To submit to someone is to agree. If someone or something is superior, they are better than another. If someone or something is superior, they are better than another. If someone or something is superior, they are better than another. Architecture is the style or way a building is made. Architecture is the style or way a building is made. Architecture. Architecture is the style or way of. To defend someone or something is. An exhibit is a display of interesting. If something is artificial, it is made to look like something natural. Artificial. If something is artificial, a weapon is an object that can be used to hurt people. To cheat is to be dishonest. A chain is a series of connected loops, often used to keep things in place. Chain. To trap people or animals is. If something is distinct, it is easily noticed or different from other. If something is distinct, it is. If something is distinct, it is easily noticed or different from other things. Reputation is the opinion that people have about someone. Confident means that one believes they can do something. To distinguish is to recognize differences between things. Architecture is the style or way a building is made. Architecture. Architecture is the style or way a building is made. If something is artificial, it is made to look like something natural. If something is artificial, it is made to look like something natural. Artificial. If something is broad, it is wide. To protest something is to argue about it with someone. Protest. Dust is very tiny pieces of dirt or. To twist something is to wrap it around itself. A relative is a family member. Excitement means to feel a lot of happiness about something. When someone or something is steady, they are under control. To heal means to make a part of the body healthy again after injury. Architecture is the style or way a building is made. Architecture. To satisfy someone means to make them happy. An ancestor is a family member from the past. To inherit is to get something from someone who has died. To inherit is to get something from someone who has died. To sink into something is to slowly fall into it. Sink. To chase someone or something is to chase. A manner is the way someone does something. Manner. A manner. To debate is to seriously discuss something with someone. When a person is eager about something, they are excited about it. Something mounts when it becomes stronger over time. To cooperate is to work together to do something. If you go overseas, you go to a country on the other side of an ocean. A roof is the outside top part of a building. Biology is the study of living things. A shortage is a lack of something you need or want. Shortage. A shortage. Fame is reputation one has gained. To govern is to control the public business of a country. If something is solid, it is made of firm material. Upper means higher in position. A funeral is a ceremony that takes place after a person dies. A stock is a stored amount of something. A stock is a stored amount of something. A manner is the way someone does something. To anger someone is to make them mad. Anger. A frame is a border for a picture. A substance is any specific material or mixture of materials. To seek is to look for something. Seek. The military is the armed forces of a country. A tomb is a grave where a dead person is buried. Tomb. A tomb is a grave. To supplement something is to add something else to it in a good way. Supplement. To supplement something is. A wound is an injury to the body. A wound is an injury to the body. A wound is an injury to the body. Wound. A wound. To proceed is to go in a certain direction. To proceed is to go in a certain direction. Proceed. To intend to do something means to plan to do it. A bath is water in a tub. A tomb is a grave where a dead person is buried. An intent is a plan to do something. An impression is the way of thinking about someone or something. A mineral is a type of substance found in the earth. Mineral. To bend is to move something. If a material is raw, it is raw. If someone or something is incredible, it is hard to believe they are true. Incredible. If someone or something is. A wound is an injury to the body. To bring means to take someone. To chew is to move your mouth. Chew. To chew is to move your mouth to break up food.
I always chew my food carefully before swallowing it.
A miner is a person who works in a mine. Miner. A miner is a person who works. To slip means to slip. To rob a person or place. To repair something is to fix it. To resume something means to start it again after taking a break. To qualify is to get, or to. To annoy someone means to. The pace of something is the. A route is the way you go from one place to another. Route. If two things or people are alike. When a person is disabled, they cannot do what a normal person can do. When a person is disabled, they cannot do what a normal person can do. Disabled. When a person is disabled, they cannot do what a normal person can do. A yard is the ground just outside. Somewhat means to some degree, but. A tissue is a soft piece of paper people. A satellite is something that is sent into space to get information. When someone feels terror, they are scared. Terror. A miner is a person who works in a mine. When something is stable, it will not fall over. A chain is a series of connected. A legend is a story from the past. If something is fantastic, it is really good. When people or things are enormous, they are very large. When you honor people or things, you. Fiction is a story that is not true. Fiction. Fiction. If something is distinct, it is easily noticed or different from other things. When a person is disabled, they cannot do what a normal person. Income is how much money a person or business. Laughter is the sound produced by laughing about something funny. A flag is a piece of colored cloth. An angle is the direction from which you look at something. To struggle is to fight against someone or something. To inspect is to look at something carefully. Geography is the study of where things are. A journal is a type of magazine that deals with an academic subject. If something is artificial, it is made to look like something natural. A valley is a low area of land between two mountains. Authority is the power that someone has because of their position. Authority. Fiction is a story that is not true. A liquid is a substance that is neither solid nor. Dust is very tiny pieces. A bride is a woman who is getting married. To dictate something is to read it aloud so it can be written down. To marvel at something is to feel surprise and interest. A landscape is how an area of land looks. Land. Architecture is the style or way a building is made. To admire someone is to love. A nutrient is something that a living thing needs to keep it alive. A nutrient is something that a living thing needs to keep it alive. Nutrient. A nutrient is something that a living thing. If something hardly happens, it almost does not happen. Ruins are old buildings that are not used. To heal means to make a. To distinguish is to recognize differences between things. To overcome a problem is to successfully fix it. To overcome a problem is to successfully fix it. Overcome. To overcome a problem is to successfully fix it.
She
Excitement means to feel a lot of happiness about something. Something mounts when it becomes stronger over time. To concentrate on someone or something is to give your full attention. To recall something is to remember it. A battle is a fight between two armies during a war. To inherit is to get something from someone who has died. A nutrient is something that a living thing needs to keep it. If something is solid, it is made of. When something is awful, it is very bad. To regret something is to wish that it didn't happen. To trust is to believe. A trial is the way a court discovers. A soul is a person's spirit. A household is all the people who live in one house. To overcome a problem is to successfully fix it. Overcome. A manner is the way someone does something. A scholar is a person who studies something and knows much about it. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it. Sufficient. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it.
After.
To obey means to follow what a law or a person says you must do. If something is considerable, it is large in size, amount, or extent. To supplement something is to add something else to it in a good way. Supplement. A shortage is a lack of something you need or want. Shortage. A shortage is a lack of something you need or want.
Since there was a shortage of food, people were hungry.
A stock is a stored amount of something. A roof is the outside top part. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it. Sufficient. When something is sufficient, a substance is any specific material or mixture of materials. A bath is water. A tomb is a grave. Surgery is medical treatment when the doctor cuts open your body. Surgery. Surgery. To spill is to have something fall out of its container. A wound is an injury to the body. Wound. A wound is an injury. If something is tough, it is difficult. Tough. A forecast is an idea about what the weather will be like in the future. A chief is the leader of a group of people. A tube is a pipe through which water. To bend is to move something so it is not straight. You use nevertheless to show that something goes against a fact. Nevertheless. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it. An arrow is a thin string. To admit something means to say that it. To praise is to show that you like someone. To ensure is to make certain. A bin is a container that holds things. Bin. A bin. Surgery is medical treatment when the doctor cuts open your body. To congratulate someone is to tell them that you are happy for them. A bowl is a deep round dish that holds. When something is rough, it is not. A mood is the way someone is feeling. A cabin is a small house made of wood. If someone or something is incredible, it is hard to believe they are true. Incredible. An explosion is a violent burst, usually with a loud sound. If you have confidence about something, you are sure of it. Cash is money in the form of. A mission is an important job that. A threat is something bad that might happen. A criminal is a person who does something against the law. A bin is a container that holds things. To counsel someone is to listen and give advice. Counsel. To counsel. To permit something is to let someone do it. A dozen is a group of 12 things. A dozen is a group of 12 things. To monitor people or things is to watch them closely. An elder is a person who is older than the people. To interfere is to cause problems and keep something from happening. To chew is to move. A perspective is the way you think about something. Perspective. A perspective. If something is facial, it is related to a person's face. Facial. A tutor is someone who gives lessons in a certain subject. A shelf is a place on a wall where you put things. A fence is a structure around a house or field. When you are curious about something, you want to know more about it. An emergency is a time when someone needs help right away. To inspire means to make a person want to do something. A secretary is a person who works in an office. When someone has good fortune, it means they have luck. When something is mere, it is small or not important. Mere. Indeed means truly or really. If something is neat, it is very clean or organized well. If something is neat, it is very clean or organized. A miner is a person who works. To hike means to walk. To relieve someone is to make them feel less pain. Relieve. To relieve someone. An occasion is a time when something important happens. To estimate something means to make a guess about it. Estimate. If something is fantastic, it is really good. A contract is a written agreement between two people. A flag is a piece of colored cloth that. A penalty is a punishment given when someone breaks a rule. To inspect is to look at something carefully. When something is mere, it is small or not. When a person is disabled, they cannot do what a normal person can do. Rent is the money people pay to. To ignore something is to act. When someone is rude, they are mean and not polite. A foundation is a group that provides money for research. To marvel at something is to feel. To possess something is to have it or own it. To settle a problem means to end it by finding a solution. To settle a problem means to end it by finding a solution. A journal is a type of magazine that deals with an academic subject. Fiction is a story that is not true. A candle is a stick of wax. A vehicle is a thing that moves people or things to another place. If something is double, it is twice as much. To exclaim is to say something loudly. A wallet is a thing that holds money and fits in a pocket. To insist means to be firm in telling people what to do. To insist means to be firm in telling people what to do. To recall something is to remember it. A crew is a group of workers. To yell is to say something very. To accomplish something means to finish it. A liquid is a substance that is neither. Physics is a science that deals with energy and how it affects. To accuse someone of something is to blame them for doing it. To lend something is to give it to. A nutrient is something that a living thing needs to keep it alive. To adjust something means to change. If something is apparent, it is easy to see. Apparent. If something is. To remind someone is to tell them to remember to do something. To overcome a problem is to successfully fix it. To amuse someone means to do something that is funny. To shock people is to surprise them. To absorb a liquid means to take it inside. Coral is the hard, colorful material formed by the shells of animals. Coral. Coral is the. A nest is a place where a bird lays its eggs. To freeze is to become very cold. Cotton is a cloth made from the fiber. A monk is a religious person who lives a simple life. Tone is the sound of someone. To crash means to hit and break something. Crash. To. Poverty is the state of being poor. A deck is a wooden floor built outside of a house or the. A deck is a wooden floor built. A deck is a wooden. A deck is a. Deck. A colony is a country controlled by an. To land means to come to the ground. To regret something is to wish that it didn't happen. To engage in something means to do it. When something is rational, it is normal or practical. When something is rational, it is normal or. When something is rational, it is normal or practical. A soul is a person's spirit. Soul. Coral is the hard, colorful material. The ceiling is the top of a room. When something is firm, it is solid but not too hard. Firm. When something is. To crash means to hit and break. If something is smooth, it has no bumps. To supplement something is to add something else to it in a good way. A chamber is an old word for a bedroom. Fuel is something that creates heat or. To abuse someone or something means to. Vision is the act of seeing. When something is grand, it is big and liked. A profession is a person's job. If something is tough, it is difficult. A hurricane is a bad storm that happens over the ocean. When someone is generous, they like to give things to people. Generous. When someone is generous, they like to. A mess is a condition that is. A loss means the act or an incident. When people have faith in something, they believe in it and trust it. When something is firm, it is solid but not. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it. Sufficient. When something is a dormitory is a school building where students live. If something is simple, it is plain and not decorated. Plain. Surgery is medical treatment when the doctor cuts open your body. Surgery. Surgery is medical. A signal is a sound or action that tells someone to do something. To calculate is to find an answer using math. A reef is a group of rocks or coral that rise to or near the ocean. If someone has a talent, they are naturally able to do it. A fault is a mistake. To shut something means a bean is a plant seed that is good to eat. When someone is strict, they make sure others follow rules. An army is a large group of people. To aid someone is to surf means to use a. When people are sincere, they tell the truth. Disorder is a lack of order, or a complete mess. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it. A task is a. A criminal is a person who does something against. A tube is a pipe. To admit something means to. Surgery is medical treatment when the doctor cuts open your body. A bowl is a deep round dish. An elder is a person who is old. A quantity is a certain amount of something. A quantity is a certain quantity. A quantity is a certain amount of something.
I have a small quantity of milk in my glass.
To counsel someone is to listen and give advice about a. Counsel. A cabin is a small house made of wood. A bin is a container that. If someone or something is incredible, it is hard to believe they are true. A perspective is the way you think about something. Cash is money in the form. If something is facial, it is related to a. To inspire means to make a person want. Fence. A dozen is a group of 12 things. An occasion is a time when something important happens. To relieve someone is to make them feel less pain. If something is neat, it is very. An immigrant is a person who moves to a different country. An immigrant is a person who moves to a different country. Immigrant. To estimate something means to make a guess about it. A zone is an area that has different qualities from the zone. A zone is an area that has different qualities from the ones around it.
Firefighters often work in danger zones.
A penalty is a punishment given when someone penalty. A penalty is a punishment given when someone breaks a rule or law.
I had to pay a $100 penalty for parking in the wrong spot.
When something is mere, it is. A wallet is a thing that holds money, and when someone is rude, they are mean and not polite. To settle a problem means to end it by finding a solution. To adjust something means to change. A vehicle is a thing that moves people. If something is apparent, it is easy to see. To yell is to say something very loudly. To amuse someone means to do something. A deck is a wooden floor built outside. If A is beyond B, A is. An apology is something someone says to show that they are sorry. To emphasize is to give importance or attention to something. Emphasize. A thesis is an idea that needs to be proved. If someone is bold, they are not afraid of doing something. To elevate something is to put it at a higher level. To dine means to eat dinner. Dine. To dine means to eat dinner.
The young couple dined at their home.
To accuse someone of something is to blame them for doing it. To engage in something means to do it. To crash means to hit and. When something is grand, it is big and liked by people. To capture someone or something is to catch them. Grain is food crops, such as wheat. To chat is to talk. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most important one. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most important one. Cardinal. If a rule or quality is. Cotton is a cloth made from the fibers of the cotton. To fascinate someone is to make them really like something. To fascinate someone is to make them really like something. To confirm is to make sure something is correct. A duke is a man of high social. An element of something is a particular part. To expose is to make known something that. When people or things are tiny, they are very. A layer covers over something or is. Layer. If people feel guilty, they feel bad for what they did. Guilty. If people feel guilty, they feel bad for what they did. A loss means the act or. Coral is the hard, colorful. To oppose something means to dislike it or act against it. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most important one. Cardinal. If a rule or quality is cardinal. If something is simple, it is plain and not decorated. Fuel is something that creates heat or energy. A hurricane is a bad storm that happens over the ocean. To shut something. If something is prime, it is the most important one. To hire someone is to pay them. Silence is complete quiet. When someone is generous, they like to give things to people. If people feel guilty, they feel bad. To differ is to not be the same. If someone is innocent, they are not guilty of a crime. If someone is innocent, they are not guilty of a crime. Innocent. If someone is innocent. When something is firm, it is. A task is a piece. A reef is a group of rocks or coral that rise. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most important one. Cardinal. If a rule or quality is. A person's rank is their place in an order. To sue someone is. Jail is a place where criminals go to be punished. To attach is to put. A minister is an important person in government with many duties. Minister. A carriage is a vehicle pulled by a horse. To commute is to travel a long distance to get to work. When something is sufficient, you have enough of it. If someone is innocent, they are not guilty of a crime. To surf means to use a special board. When someone is strict, they make sure others follow rules. Strict. Surgery is medical treatment when the doctor cuts open your body. If someone or something is ordinary, they are not special in any way. A boss is a person in. To shift to something is to move in. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most important one. If something is permanent, it lasts for a long time or forever. If something is permanent, it lasts for a long time. If something is permanent, it lasts for a long time or forever. Permanent. If something is permanent, it lasts. A handle is the part of an object. If a person is passive, they do not take action. To preserve is to protect something from harm. Preserve. To afford something means you have enough. To pronounce is to say the sounds of letters or words. Pronounce. To pronounce. When someone is strict, they make sure others follow rules. To extend is to stretch out or reach. To carve means to cut into something. To resemble someone is to look like them. Resemble. To resemble. A reception is a party to welcome a person or celebrate an event. A billion is a very large number. A symptom of a bad condition or illness is a sign that it is happening. Symptom. When someone has anxiety, they have a lot of worries and fear. If something is permanent, it lasts for a long time or forever. An immigrant is a person who moves to a different country. If something is obvious, it is clear and easily seen. Tobacco is a plant whose leaves are smoked, such as in tobacco. A disaster is a really bad thing that happens. Disaster. To resemble someone is to look like them. Resemble. To convince someone means to make them sure of something. Convince. A symptom of a bad condition or illness is a sign that it is happening. Twins are two children born at the same time. A fool is someone who makes unwise choices. A witch is a woman with magical powers. To adopt someone is to make them as part of one's own family. The peak is the very top of a mountain. Peak. The peak. To accompany other people means to join them or go with them. Accompany. To accompany. To do something lightly is to not push very hard. Tobacco is a plant whose leaves are smoked, such as in cigarettes. A zone is an area. To resemble someone is to look like them. To investigate means to search for something or learn about it. When something is bare, it is plain. To beg is to ask for something one really wants. To compose something is to make it. A branch is the part of a tree with leaves. Branch. If you do something out of spite. If you do something out of spite, you want to be. A fever is a high body temperature that people get. A breath is the air that goes into. Height is how tall someone or something is. A bridge is something that is built over a river so people can cross it. If someone is bold. A stream is a small river. An apology is something someone says to show that they are sorry. To accompany other people means to join them or go with them. To consult someone means to ask them for help. To cast something means to throw it. Cast. An astronaut is a person that goes into outer space. To interpret is to explain what something means. Interpret. To dare means to be brave enough to try. To enable a person is to make it possible. A branch is the part of a tree with leaves. A row is a line of things. When something is electronic, it uses electricity to do something. If something is intense, it is very strong. To capture someone or something is to catch them. To donate is to give something to a charity or organization. An inn is a place where the flu is a type of sickness. A net is a bag made of straw. A uniform is a piece of clothing worn by people of the same group. To deny something is to say it is not. A philosophy is a way to think about truth and life. Philosophy. Thus means as a result. A cartoon is a funny drawing. A pot is a deep round metal container. To illustrate is to show something by drawing a picture. Joy is a feeling you get when you are. A seed is the hard part of a plant. To interrupt is to briefly stop someone when they are doing something. When something is sharp, it has a thin. When something is odd, a greenhouse is a small glass building that is used to grow plants. A sort of something is a type of it. To stare at something is to look at it for a long time. A duke is a man of high social. When you have courage, you are not afraid. Courage. When you have courage, to subtract means to take something away. A philosophy is a way to think about truth and life. To reject is to refuse something because you do not want. To quit something means to stop doing it. Quit. To quit something. When something is tight, it is fixed or fastened. A failure happens when you do not do something right. To hire someone is to pay. Agriculture is the growing of food and animals. Agriculture. To expose is to make known something that is hidden. If people feel guilty, they feel bad for what they. If something is virtual, then it is very close to being true or accurate. To commit to something is to promise to do it. To weigh something means to see how heavy. A statistic is a number that tells a fact about something. Likeness means the state of being like or resembling. To whisper means to say very quietly. Whisper. To whisper. A priest is a person trained to perform religious duties. Priest. A priest is a. To insert something means to put it in something else. If ideas are abstract, they are based on general ways of thinking. An aim is a goal someone wants. A fund is an amount of money that people have. If something is annual, it happens once a year. If something is annual, it happens once a year. If people or things are unique, they are not like the other. To detect something means to notice or find something. Detect. To detect something means to notice or find something. A minister is an important person in government with many duties. A minister is an important person in government with many duties. Minister. A minister. To whisper means to say very quietly. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most important one. Cardinal. If a rule or quality is cardinal, then it is the most